What I'm doing now, I've just finished the back of the tent, the bell as it's called, and the quality of the video is a little low aside, and bring back the door panels that I assembled the other night. So I've lowered the quality of the camera. So I'm going to now trim them to size and hem the Ethernet cables up the opening of the tent door to get in and out of the tent. This is a part that, all right, let's go with this. I probably don't want to stream because if I do the easy stuff, it just makes me look like I know what I'm doing. And when I do stuff like this, there's a lot of head scratching that goes on, and if I edited that out, I'd look like I knew what I was doing. I do know what I'm doing, but there's a lot of head scratching that goes on behind the scenes, and I'm committed to streaming every part of this. So, I'm going to put this aside. Here's my bell, back of the tent. Nice even stitches. Nice big triangle that goes on the back. So we'll put this aside and set to work to make the front of the tent. This is my existing tent. I may need to change the camera angle here. I'll do that. And him and these are the cables. Let's see here. Where's the door? Now, hopefully you can see a little better. All right, so here we go. Excuse me. This is a part that let's go with. I probably don't want to stream because if I do the easy stuff, it just makes me look like I know what I'm doing. And when I do stuff like this, there's a lot of head scratching that goes on, and if I edited that out, it would look like I knew what I was doing. I do know what I'm doing, but there's a lot of head scratching. Front of the tent. I'm going to lay this streaming every part of this. Overlay the pieces that I made the other night for the new tent. Just aside, here's my bell. You'll see how they line up. What I'm after is good triangles with a nice straight triangle. This is the part I'm hacking out. Put this aside. This is a complete tent. So I'm going to be doing this part, this hem, that make the front door opening. This is my existing tent. For these pieces to roughly be equal to the new ones. The seam is going to be in a different place. I made this one and then refined it over the years. So now they're more like the engravings and paintings that I'm using as reference. This one is now, as I like it. See a little kitten trapped under my tent. Look out. Over here. All right, so it's irresistible. Excuse me. This is everybody loves making tents. Probably don't want to stream this. I do the easy stuff, especially little kittens. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to put this down here and just look at this one door panel first. Edited that out. All right, keep this simple. You know what? Just start. Front of the tent. Lay this streaming every part of this. Overlay the pieces that I made the other night for the new tent. Aside, you'll see how they line up. What I'm after is good triangles with a nice straight triangle. This is the part I'm hacking out. This aside. This is a complete tent. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this after him that make the door open. This is my existing for these pieces to roughly be two door panels equal to the new ones. The seam is going to be in a different place. This one corresponds to this. So now they're more like the engravings and paintings that I'm using. Again, these are the new ones, but this one is overlay this just to double check. The angles are under my tent. Look out close to where they need to be over here. All right, so it's irresistible, straightened. What I want to do really is what I want to do is straighten this line, so I can create a hem here. This is going to be. I'm going to put this down here and just look at this one door panel first. All right, it's simple. Just make sure that it all lines up. Lay this streaming every part of this. A little bit of overage makes there so that you can trim this at the very end. Once this is all assembled into one unit, then I can trim that and try it. Nice straight triangle. This is the part of backing out. This is a complete.
There. Okay.
So I'm going to be.
Don't want to do is take too much, but too little off. Get it just right. So we're spending a little bit of extra effort making these. Take time to measure twice and cut once.
The seams will be.
This one corresponds to this. Can add fabric like these railings and paintings. Yeah, these are the new ones. But this effort, you don't have to. It's just a double. So this lines up right on. The angles are close to where they need to be. All right. So resisting straighten now. What I want to do really is what I want to do is smooth this out just so I can create a handle. Check my angles. Just probably do this a couple of times here before I cut or sew anything. Simple. Just make sure it doesn't make for riveting television, but it does make for a great dent when you're done. So right now, what we're looking at is makes their solution. Now this part, trim this areas. This is all assembled in this tent into one unit, then I can trim that into something else. There's a sod cloth, which helps screen out wind and stuff. And after we made this one, then we don't want to do is take too much. I don't want people to know what they're doing and get it just right. So we're spending a little bit of research to make these. Really see a lot of evidence for this place and stop making those. Now, this one corresponds to this is roughly what it's going to be. So I'm going to trim off, not all of this. Some of this gets turned into this folded hem. But that is roughly how this line is right on. Angles. This line is pretty good, close to where we need to be. What I want to do is make a straight line here. Straighten it now. What I want to do really is it's just a very simple fold in. Smooth this out and comes down. So I can create a handle. Check my. I need to do angles. Just probably do this a couple of times here before I cut or sew anything. Simple. Just make sure it doesn't make that riveting television. It does make for a great mark. I have a mark on here. So right now, what we're looking at is let's base there. So this part, trim this areas. I think I still have. What I need is about 3 inches there. This is a sod cloth, which helps double that. Screen out wind and stuff. And after we made this one, then we have a little bit of leeway here. So I pull this up because what I want is get it just. This is just a little bit. We're spending a little bit of roll to make these. Really see a lot of evidence for this place. So if I unroll this, my hand is really close to roughly what it's doing. What I want is trim off, not all of this, some of this, at least half an inch, maybe even slight fold. So I'm going to fold this. That was. I apologize for this resolution camera. This line is pretty good, close to where what I want to do is fold a straight line to a hem like that. And right now, this is what I want to do really is just about half a very simple fold in. So smooth this out. I'm going to pull the body of the tent up. It expands the width of the triangle as it overlaps. I have the leeway to do that. I have the extra material there. The angles are correct. So if I do that, then that solves that problem. It does make for a great mark. Okay. All right. So let's move this up, and I'll mark it. And then this piece is ready and checked out. Then I'll open the tent up and I'll do the other door just to be sure. So this is the exterior of this is the exterior of this tent. This is the exterior of this new piece. You can see the seam here. So I just want to move this up, and that'll widen the triangle over this product. I think it just looks like you know what you're doing. But in this case, it needs about 3 inches there. This is what actually goes into it. So I'm making one of these. That's kind of the purpose of this. Series of live streams after we made this to show how it's actually done. I have a little bit of lead rather than pull this up because what I want is get it. This is just a little bit trying to impress with clever editing of stuff. So if I unroll this, my hands are really in this case now I have gained about 3/4 of an inch, not all, almost an inch, at least half an inch. Maybe even slightly fold. Double check and fold this. That was I've gained, well, no, actually this line is pretty good. Gained about 5/8 inches, almost 3/4, something like that. And that's sufficient to get just about half a very short fold in. So I wanted to do this out, check this, and pull the body. I'm going to go back and forth a couple of times here just to be sure that it overlaps. I have this right, I have enough material all the way up and down to create that hem. Once that's done, once I get this, so if I do that, what I'll do is I'll dampen this edge, fold it consistently all the way down into a straight line. Because this is the, this should be just be vertical when the tent is done. And it's got to line up perpendicular to the ground. All the other angles come off of this. Right behind this is the front standard of a tent pole. And then so it's this piece is ready and checked out. Then I'll open the tent up and I'll do the other door just to be sure. So this is the exterior. This is the exterior of this tent. This is the exterior of this new piece. You can see the seam here, right here. So I just want to move this up, and that'll widen the triangle over this. It gives me product just under an inch to look like a little bit. In this case, it needs about 3 inches. This is what actually goes into and fold it again. That's behind the purpose of this. And that gets series of wide squares. I show how it's actually a little bit up rather than, since I hand cut this, it's slightly uneven. Trying to impress you with a little bit more. There's a cover edge as you start cutting. Get into this. In this case, now I have gained about 3/4 of an inch short down at almost an inch. If you have or something, you can add pieces to fill it out. Actually, I had to do that on this original tent years ago. Gained about 5/8 inches, almost 3/4, something like that. And I think that's sufficient to get about half a very short fold in. Body up. I'm going to go back and forth a couple of times here just to be sure. Fold this here. I'm just making a little test. I have enough material all the way up and down to create that test here. Once that's done, once I get this, if I do that, what I'll do is I'll dampen this. Here's the edge. Nice. Fold it. I have all the way down into all the way down this line. This should be just be vertical when the tent is done. So, and it's got to line up perpendicular to the ground. All the other angles come off of this. Now I'm just going to spot check it in a couple of places so that it's not like this. I happen to get a little wide part here and I test the tent and I get it under here and find that it's too narrow to do that one. So this is the exterior down the line. This is the exterior of this tent. This is the distribution of spots to look at right here. So I just want to move this through. That'll widen the triangle over this. It gives me product just under an inch to look like. You don't have the benefit of having another case. This is what actually goes into and fold it again. That's what I want to do. Kind of compare this to your measurement. And that gets series of wide squares. You'll know I show how it's actually this tent is set up rather than since I hand cut this. It's like trying to impress you with these overlap with cover edges you start cutting. They overlap one another. In this case, now I have 2 inches, and that edge short down creates a flap. If those students or something, you can add pieces to fill it out. Actually, I had to do that on this original tent. Check down here at the base. So it seems consistent all the way down the line. Gained about 5/8 inches, almost. So I'm pretty happy with this. I think this is sufficient to get about half an inch. I'm going to go back and forth a couple of times here, just a little wider, and just making a little test. Cut enough slightly all the way up and down. So that once that's done, once I get this, what I'll do is I'll dampen this. Here's the edge. Nice. Fold it. So I have that all the way down this line. This should be just be vertical when the tent is done. That's a little narrow. So, and but really the whole way line up. It's perpendicular to the ground. What I'm doing is I'm lining up where I'm going to sew this. I'm going to spot check this in a couple of places so that on the edge of the happen to get a little wide part here and just to see what I get under here. Find it. This is very sure. So this is going down the line. Fold this back. And it gives distribution about the same as we have right here. So let's one exception. Line about here. It's a bit wider here, but the rest of it looks good. So I think what I'm gonna do is I don't have the marker having those cases. Get my chalk, Taylor's chalk. I forget the name of the company I got it from. It's Colonial Chalk or something. Compare this to your measurements. If I come across it, I'll know. Anyway, I've got a box of Taylor's chalk. Step point's great for this sort of thing. These overlap. It's very, very useful. But really, any kind of chalk, every size of chalk works. And short down, very flat. I've used before too. Add pieces to. I think that's heavy on this. So I'm gonna find my chalk. I'll mark this. So it's location vertically and down here, just so I know where this goes. When I'm done with this, I can orient it and align it with the other part of the tent. I'm going to go back and forth a couple of times here, just a little bit wider, and just making a little test. So here is just heavy lines here. Come up with whatever code you want for. You'll be able to recognize. Write down some of these. That's a little narrow. So, but really the whole way. Remember, it's a little bit narrow here, right? It gets lining up on where I'm going to sit down. So this first section edge of the cap, look at it. There's the overlap between the two existing panels. Again, as you can see, somebody's joined the street distribution. Sorry for the low quality of having internet connection troubles tonight. It's not the best of quality I can get out of it. Wire here, but the rest of it looks good. Anyway, so this overlap, I don't have the marker having those cases. What I want to do is make sure to preserve that. I forget the name of the company I got it from. It's Colonial Chalk or something. I want to make sure that this, and come across it, it's just slightly wider. Anyway, I've got a box of Taylor's chalk. It's great for this sort of thing. So make sure that these overlap. That is where it's very useful. That's a fixed point. So really, any kind of stretch of table size on one box. I put it right here. I'm not getting enough width here to do this. Add one piece. Excuse me. I think that's heavy on this. I'll find my chalk. I'll mark this. So it's location vertically down here. So I know where this goes. When I'm done, I'm trying to adjust it my panel that are pairing. I move on the triangle up this way, it widens the ability to. And it's better to have just very slightly more. And I have enough to do that with here. So I think I am going to pull this direction. Heavy lines here. I really can't go much more up than this. I have right now, guys. Right down just a little bit of excess here. That's a little narrow, almost not enough to do that. So I'm going to pull just a very slight amount up without gaining any extra quarter of an inch no longer here at the top. So the rest of it's good. First, I don't want to skimp up there at the top. That's what creates the stress is the door. It's really connected, and between every time that door is used. Again, as you can see, somebody's joined the street. So sorry for the low quality of having. I'm just going to move this up just a little bit all along this seam. Anyway, so this is what again, like I said, if you want to stream, just make sure to preserve that. The head scratching stuff is not exciting, but it is necessary. It's an actual part of the process. Just the purpose of these videos is I've got a box of Taylor's chalk. Somebody wants to make one of these. That is where it's going to tend to show every point. So really good of it, including the head scratching and stuff, which doesn't flatter my native with the ability to make tents flawlessly. Excuse me, I think there's a lot of this that goes on that's just never seen. Usually it's edited out cleverly. So I know where what's really going on. I'm trying to adjust it. It's not just with tents, everything I do takes. I move on the triangle, this one scratching widens. All right, so better to have now, very slightly more, and I have enough to do that with here. So just move this direction. Heavy lines here, check the seams. Now, I really can't go much more out of this. I have right now, guys. Right, there's a little bit of excess here. Now, where it's narrow. Quarter of an inch to no longer. To solve down here where it should be, it's just very slightly wider, raise the stress. It's almost not noticeable. And that might have just gained a reason that it's enough to fix it up there. And down here where it's very slightly wider, you just tuck more in, and if you have to, trim some off. But this gives me enough. Anyway, it's on a marker to orient this again. Like I said, on the screen, mark the top. The head scratching stuff is not excitingly flat. Necessary actual part of the process. Mark the top, just a very slight adjustment in my mark. Somebody make sure that. And then I'm going to I'll show the reference mark here. Really good of it, including the head scratching and stuff that's here. Doesn't flatter my ears, so when I needed to play these again, the ability to be able to better find where it's just never seen. Smooth, usually these cleverly now I'm really only going to approximate the bottom of the door. I'm not cutting this until this is all assembled. In fact, I'm not going to cut this really until the thing is ready to sew that part. I like to have the excess there. It's kind of a pain in the neck having it in the way. It really pays off if you're. Now, I really can't go long. Thank you. Unfold this almost. So it really pays off if you want the tent to sit properly, have round and all the angles. Approximately right. You get your single inch around. To solve down here where it should be. So there we go. So that part's done. It's almost this is door. This is the right door.
Now I'm just going to repeat this for the left door.
Down here where it's very stems and assembly. And also here. This gives me a drag this out. Since it's on a marker, it isn't time to line variant this just like this. Like I said, indicator here, head scratching stuff and slightly flat. Really just a couple of them just to give me a sense of how much just very slight adjustment, what I have to work with in terms of folding that. And then I'm going to when you do that, all you're doing is just folding it over itself, and then folding it over again and ironing it down, and then stitching it down. So when I made it, this helps. The more clues you can have, the less thinking you have to do while you're trying to get even stitches and spacing and all that. Rescue a little kitten from the cold. Now they really only going to approximate the bottom of the door. I'm not cutting this until this is all. In fact, I'm not going to cut this really until the thing is ready to sew that part. I like to have the excess there. What I'm going to do is make having it in the way. I mean, this really pays off there. So this is the right-hand door, marked and ready to go. Put this aside. Thank you. So it really pays off if you want the tent to sit properly, have round and all the angles. Approximately right. You get your single inch around. The door here where it should be. So there we go. So that part's done. It's almost this door. What is going on here? Why is this not? Here where it should be. So there we go. So that part's done. It's almost this door. Okay. So here we go. All right. So now, door on the left. Same thing. Same process. I just want to align the panel for the door. And then I'll put a series and spot check to see where it needs to go
and then spot check to see that I'm able to
Make the hem properly.
get the angle right. And then I can do that, and then we're on our way to the actual
Exciting part, which is sewing it up without a whole lot of cogitating that goes on during that stitching. Okay. The other door.
All right, so here on the exterior, outside of the tent, I'm gonna lay it on there.
On the river. There's that, right? Get this massive linen out of the way. And that. So, there we go. Excuse me.
What is going on here? Why is this not?
There we go. That part's done. Oh, this door.
Right, now, door on the left,
Same thing. Same process. I just want to align the panel for the door. And then put a series and spot check to see where it needs to go.
and then spot check to see that I'm able to
Make the hem properly.
get the angle right. And then I can do that, and then we're on our way. Okay. To the actual
Exciting part, which is
Okay, so that's
sewing up. This needs to come down without a whole lot of problem I'm having here is the opposite of what I had to do, which is this goes on during that
far too
stitching.
wide.
So I want to move the triangle of the door panel down, and that narrows its width. So, door, do that, and we'll see if that gets a little bit better.
All right, so here,
Line up on the seam,
exterior,
outside
outside
the
the
tent.
tent. Here and there. Unfold this.
What I really want is consistency. I had, say an inch overlap on that one. I want about that on here. And here I've got more than that. Massive linen out of the way, more down. Just keep going until you get the proper width. When you achieve it, you'll know, and then you can make marks. Excuse me.
What is going on here? Why is this not?
Backwards, dead on. There we go. So that seems to be about right. So I'm gonna lock this down, pull this down that way, and then I'm going to spot check, but I can tell already that's a little bit extra there. But that solves this problem that I thought I had down here, which was not enough fabric to fold the base, but that just solved it. So now, the thing with this is once you get a few of these reference points right, the rest of it sort of locks in place where it should. If you find your angles aren't meeting up where they should, then you've got an error somewhere. You have to see where it needs to go. More in your geometry, you gotta find it, able to fix it before you can go in the hem. If the angles work right, then the whole thing just comes together.
With something, this kind of
The actual, that's the exciting part, which is, if they're not right, it will not work. This
this down here.
Problem I'm having here is the opposite of what I had here, right? This goes on very far too wide.
I'm just gonna spot check as I
I
go.
want to move the triangle, the door panel
Yeah,
down,
you know, I can trim
and
a
a
little
little bit of
bit.
this off.
Can't really add a lot.
That, see if it's
Slightly too wide.
I think I'm gonna push this down even further.
So there,
Find out the seams, work around it.
here,
Unfold this. Find out the selvage edge right on. I really want is consistent inside with the selvage an inch. Right on that one. That one,
one about down here. Here I've got
this one is massive. Yeah, that's a little bit narrow. I think that's it. The fact that it's happened on both of these until you get proper. Either my cutting was off here. I think that's probably what it is. But use this to make it number of tenths for the template. When you achieve it, you'll know. I think my cutting might have been off. As I was cutting, it made this a little bit too narrow, just by a fraction of an inch, but it makes a difference. Hold on. There. Right. Fold it over. Excuse me. Well, that's right. So back up, get on here. There we go. So that seems to be about taking it in, lock this down, and this, this. Okay, on that way. And then go to
Okay.
spot shots, I can tell already. All right. So I think this is where it needs to be. But that solves this problem that I thought I had an error, now I don't have enough error, leads me to full base. Really should check this, that just solved it. So now, the thing with this is, once you get a few of these reference points right, the rest of it sort of locks in place where it should. So if you find your angles aren't meeting up where they should, then you've got an error somewhere. I think that's where go. Where you're going, fix it before you can go 10 times, so you have more. The angles work right, the whole thing just comes together.
With something this kind of
The axle. That's the exciting part. If they're not right, it will not work.
Let's try this down here.
Problem I'm having here is the opposite of what I had here, right? This goes on very far too wide.
Just gonna spot check as I go.
Move the triangle, the door panel down, trim a little bit of this off.
Can't really add. Let's mark it.
Now, see if it's
Slightly too wide.
push this down even further. So there, find out. Again, I'm not cutting this base until I get these assembled. One, well, I want as much to work with as I really possibly can. So this is just an indicator to see roughly where the end of the thing is. This one is massive. Yeah, narrow. I think that's good. The fact that it's happened on both sides, so you can make a couple of marks here. Either my cutting was off here. I think that's probably what it is, but use this distinctive sketch on there. When you achieve it, you'll know. I think my cuttings might have been off. As I was cutting, it made this a little bit too narrow, just by a fraction of an inch, but it makes a difference. Hold on. There, excuse me. Well, that's really just give me an idea of where it's on. There we go. That seems to be about it. Okay, lock this down and this. That's that. So now I should be able to, what I want to do is straighten this edge into a hem. So I think this is where I think I want an iron. But that solves this problem that I thought I had an error. Now I don't have enough error. A cup of coffee and I'll be back. So that just solved it. The thing with this is, once you get a few of these reference points right, the rest of it sort of locks. I'll be back. Place where it should. So if you find your